What if the next generation of air power isn't just flown, but thinks? Sweden's Saab has just taken a bold step, a SEK 2.6 billion leap into the future of fighter systems. Manned jets, unmanned drones, and AI working together as one force. It's not fiction, it's happening now, quietly reshaping global defense. This isn't just another contract, it's the start of a new era in the sky. Welcome to the future of air combat, only on SkyJet Wings. In a move that could redefine the next generation of European air power, Saab, Sweden's crown jewel of defense innovation, has just secured a massive order from the Swedish Defense Materiel Administration, FMV. The mission? To continue conceptual studies for future fighter systems that could one day succeed the Gripen series and potentially set new benchmarks in aerial warfare. Now, let's pause for a moment, because this isn't just another defense contract. This deal, valued at around SEK 2.6 billion, marks a major commitment by Sweden to stay at the forefront of next-gen fighter technology. It's not a prototype yet, not a production order, but a strategic vision study, the kind that shapes decades of military capability. What makes it even more significant is the timeline, 2025 to 2027. That's not far off. It suggests that Sweden and Saab are accelerating their pace to make sure they don't fall behind the likes of the UK's Tempest program or France's FCAS initiative. These years will be crucial, filled with research on stealth design, AI-driven avionics, new propulsion systems, and the integration of advanced sensors, all elements that define a sixth-generation fighter. From an analytical standpoint, this isn't just about Sweden's defense future. It's also about strategic independence. In a world increasingly dependent on US-made platforms like the F-35, Stockholm seems determined to carve its own path, developing an aircraft that reflects Swedish doctrine, autonomy, and innovation. And personally, I see this as a bold but calculated step. Saab's history shows a pattern. They innovate quietly, efficiently, and with purpose. From the Viggen to the Gripen, Sweden has proven that a smaller nation can create world-class air power without following the superpower playbook. This new project continues that legacy, but on a much grander, more ambitious scale. This latest order isn't just about designing a single aircraft. It's about building an entire ecosystem of air combat. According to Saab, the new contract from FMV goes far beyond traditional fighter development. It includes conceptual studies of both manned and unmanned solutions, all viewed through what they call a system of systems perspective. What does that mean in real terms? It means the future of warfare won't revolve around one jet fighting another, but around networks of machines, sensors, and pilots operating together like a living organism. Picture a formation where a stealth fighter commands a small fleet of autonomous drones, each with a different role. One for electronic warfare, another for reconnaissance, and another for precision strike. That's the direction Saab and FMV are heading. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This order also covers technology development and demonstrators. In simple terms, Saab isn't just drawing up designs on paper. They'll be building and testing real functional prototypes, the kind that could lead directly to a flying demonstrator within the next few years. That's the stage where theory starts turning into hardware. 5. Collaboration is at the heart of this effort. Saab will be working hand in hand with FMV, the Swedish Armed Forces, the Swedish Defense Research Agency, and key industry partners like GKN Aerospace. Together, they form a national innovation alliance, a defense ecosystem that keeps Sweden's military technology self-reliant and competitive. It's also worth noting that this is an extension of a contract first signed in March 2024. That earlier deal laid the groundwork. This new one expands it in scope, ambition, and investment. It's clear now that the Swedish government isn't just experimenting. They're doubling down on Saab's vision for what the next generation of air dominance should look like. From my analytical perspective, this approach, balancing manned and unmanned capabilities, is the smartest move any nation can make right now. The battlefield of the 2030s won't be defined by how fast a fighter can fly, but by how intelligently it can fight, and how seamlessly it can operate with AI-driven systems. Personally, I think Saab understands something deeper than most. Air superiority will no longer belong to a single platform, but to a connected web of machines that think, adapt, and strike together. In the official statement, Lars Tossman, the head of Saab's aeronautics division, summed up the moment perfectly. This order sets the next step on our joint journey in delivering innovative solutions to meet future operational needs of the Swedish Armed Forces and other customers. That one line captures what Saab has always stood for: strategic partnership and forward-thinking innovation. This isn't just about building a fighter, it's about redefining what air power means in a rapidly changing world. Saab sees this as a shared mission, not just between engineers and pilots, but between industry, government, and defense research communities working together toward one goal: security through innovation. Let's look at the broader picture for a moment. Saab today isn't merely a Swedish defense company. It's a global technology force with more than 26,000 experts across the world. From aeronautics and weapon systems to command and control networks, sensors, and underwater technologies, Saab has quietly built an ecosystem that spans every layer of modern defense. And while other defense giants often chase massive government contracts or focus on export dominance, Saab's approach is different, purpose-driven, and strategic. Its mission has remained consistent: to help nations keep their people and societies safe. That focus on safety, sustainability, and independence makes Saab not just a weapons manufacturer, but a guardian of strategic stability in an uncertain era. From an analytical lens, this new project also speaks volumes about how Sweden positions itself on the world stage. Unlike larger powers that rely on alliances for defense technology, Sweden leverages innovation as its shield. It's a statement of confidence that brain power can rival brute force, and that a smaller nation can lead the global conversation on next-gen air combat. Personally, I find Saab's philosophy both refreshing and ambitious. At a time when most defense firms chase short-term results, Saab is investing in long-term capability, a vision that looks 20, even 30 years ahead. It's not about building the next fighter jet, it's about building the next era of defense technology, one where manned and unmanned systems, AI, and human judgment operate in harmony. In many ways, this new FMV order isn't just a contract, it's a statement of trust. Trust in Saab's legacy, its engineers, and its belief that innovation can be both a shield and a promise for a safer, more secure future. Subscribe, like, and share. And if you're as fascinated by this evolution in defense technology as I am, stay with us here on SkyJet Wings.